1 in 5 Australians identify as having a disability. While managing a disability is challenging enough, these Australians are also facing discrimination when seeking a job and in the workplace. The unemployment rate of people with a disability is currently double the national average, indicating a serious social issue that needs to be put on the agenda. Diane Hamer is the CEO of disability employment agency Castle Personnel. In her role, she sees firsthand the obstacles people with a disability face when looking for work.
I think, first of all, most people think of disability as being a physical disability, and whereas we know that 45% of people that we work with actually have a mental health disability, so they think immediately of physical restrictions. I think people, when they think of disability, they think about wheelchairs, so they worry about access to buildings, or intellectual disabilities because they get the most public coverage. So I think employers and businesses worry about accidents, injuries, insurance, access and perception.
The Australian Network of Disability reports that only 4.4% of people with a disability use a wheelchair, whereas 45% of Australians experience a mental health condition during their lifetime. The World Health Organization also reports that half of the leading causes of disability in the workplace are related to mental health. However, the impact of these conditions on a person's ability to work does not receive the same recognition as a physical injury or illness. Justin Smith, official at the Australian Workers' Union, faces these stigmas regularly when fighting for compensation and equal rights for his members.
If I break my leg at home or in the workplace, I'm incapable of working and I lose work. If I have a breakdown in my cognitive capacity to do work because of anxiety or depression or stress, the end result's the same. But the mechanisms that deal with that are not. An employer can always say, look, the issue that you have with your mental health is because of something happening at home or outside of the workplace, and rarely will they take responsibility for how they conduct their workplace as being a trigger for that mental health issue.
In 2018, the Australian Human Rights Commission reported that 42% of their discrimination complaints were related to disabilities. Matthew Scammell has experienced this discrimination firsthand. Although Matt's learning disability prevents him from being able to read and write, he is still a capable and dedicated worker.
Second last job, cleaning a medical centre. The boss was really good, but once the medical centre found out I could not read and write very well, they thought, well, he can't work for us because he might drink the products, the cleaning products. I was shocked. I was like, why would I drink the product just because I can't read and write? I've not had anything so stupid in my life.
Despite Matt's dedication to finding a way around his disability, he has still faced obstacles and judgments about his capabilities when applying for jobs.
When they'd asked me to, fill in a form or read a form, I wouldn't be able to. And they just thought, oh, well, if he can't read and write, he can't do the job. He's too stupid to do the job.
In order to encourage businesses to promote inclusive workplaces, we need to overcome stigmas about what defines a disability. Lake Macquarie Council member David Belcher has experienced living with a disability firsthand and offers unique insight into how we can promote diversity in the workplace.
When it comes to employment, it starts at the job description. Job descriptions can be written in a way that are inclusive, or they can be written in a way that excludes people. And a good example is organisations when they're asking for a driver's licence, a valid New South Wales driver's licence. So I'm thinking about people with vision impairment or have the inability to drive a car, but can still use public transport to get to the meetings and places that they need to be to do their role. We have to move away from a carer, mothering kind of maternal kind of way working with disability to just being treated as a normal, active participant in your society.
For people like Matt and David, having a job means more than a paycheck. This is why we need to promote the inclusion of people with a disability in our workplaces.
Being employed brings me satisfaction. I'm willing to get out of bed, have a purpose to do something, and to be needed in a place.